One of the foundation of the Third Reich was the ideology of the concept of the superiority of the Aryan race over all others. During the reign of Hitler, unprecedented propaganda was carried out with the goal of reinforcing this idea. The Nazis needed to make the entire German people believe his unequalness and exclusivity. Therefore, propaganda alone was not limited to a special plan to preserve the improvement of the genetic Aryan code, Lebensborn. This is name the Nazis gave to their project about raising purebred super children. Today I will tell you about the Nazi super shield factories. Translated from German, Lebensborn means the source of life. The main goal of Lebensborn is to train a racially pure woman who was later to serve as an incubator for children and then a teacher of a shield in an Aryan nation correspondent of ideology. The program was personally supervised by the Geist Henry Himmler. In 1935 there was restoration of the regulations and the rules relating to the parents of the so-called future purebred Aryans. In addition to impossible healed and Aryans, distant men and women should not have had a criminal record. After the women were carefully selected, they were placed in comfortable and then fertilized by selected members of SSS. Newspapermen visited the orphanages where they gave birth and raised children, Himmler children factories. After a few years, this practice was decided on the rate of breeds from Norway. According to the Nazis, it was the blue-eyed blonde girl who was the best suited as future incubators. The changes of production being consistent with the appearance to interested you times. Most could not volunteer for the Lebensborn program. The girls simply had no choice but to take part in the experiments of the Nazis. It was a chance to survive the burden of wartime much easier. That's why a large percentage of girls volunteered for it. During the entire existence of the program in Germany, about 80,000 children were born, 12,000 in Norway. However, 1938, Himmler that devoured super children is going too slow than we would like. Therefore, they began to select already pregnant women, of course, in the corresponding appearance. They were offered to sell children orphanages for a generous fee, while those who gave several children for Lebensborn were awarded the Mother Cross. Then a year later, the Nazis did not hesitate to abduct children from Poland, Yugoslavia, Czech Republic, Ukraine. Gays with pure blood were transported to the educational camp. They were glorified by German names, brainwashed, embracing Nazi ideology, and forced to forget about their origins and real parents. Obstinate and proud children not unable to education destroyed. In order to get what they need and like shades of hair, children were taught ultraviolet. After the main Germanization, the children were adopted by the SS families or they were sent to a boarding school. When World War II was in its final stage, almost all documents from the Lebensborn project were liquidated. For this reason, it's impossible to determine exactly how many children were taken to Germany, but according to estimates, it is 200,000 people. When the war was finally over, the women participating in the program were very difficult. Residents of Germany and Norway avengers to mothers who during the war alone were fully provided war and carefree life while receiving medical treatment. They were often beaten, forced to work on the hardest work. In general, they were made real outcasts of society. Children who have already managed to take searches on exceeding a person in zombies were sent during periods and sometimes to insane asylums. There they become the object of the ridicule and bullying. The country of Norway made attempts to completely abandon such and deported everyone to Germany. Sweden showed incredible good nature and received several hundred from Norway. The future soloist of the ABBA Anne Frid Linkstad was one of such children, a father who was Sergeant SSS.